Hey y'all, welcome back to Lily Her Podcast. I'm your host, Ayan Mariah, and we are back here again with another Big Yarn production. Now, we do have my good friend, Coley here today.
Hey y'all.
Hey. They said hey. Now, today we'll be getting into all things motherhood, all things business, how they go hand in hand, how to maneuver them together, but also how she's dealing with it, especially because I know this is a new process for you.
Yeah.
Yes, fresh off of it. So talk to us a little bit about that, especially with you, being a mother. How has your journey been, especially with you running a business and, you being a mom?
I want to say roller coaster.
Okay.
But let me not misconstrue the word. When I say roller coaster, I mean up and down, because that's just life in general. We got off to a rocky start, just starting off as being a mom. But, honestly, she helped me get it together. She, as in my baby, helped me get it together. She gave me that strength, that willpower. So, like I said, as it went down first and it went up. So, I thank God for her. Just dealing with that, I'm fresh into the business. I'm a year in.
Okay,
so I want to say it's still very early, but very successful. And that's pretty much it. I just want to say roller coaster. And that's how I describe a lot of things. I know that probably was like a crazy word to say, but it's the most realistic.
No, and I love that for you. This is all about being real up here, and I think that that's like the perfect word, for you to give it, if that's how you feeling. Now, what is the business that you do for the people that don't know?
I do hair, ladies. Come book.
Come book with my girl.
Instagram at Coley's Touch. I'm located in Virginia Beach, Virginia.
What type of hair do you do as well?
I offer quick weaves, sew-ins, natural services as far as silk press, ponytails, and I also sell hair and have hair included packages, so check that out.
Yes, I did just see that. Those bundles look real good.
Okay, they tea, honey. They tea.
Are those the ones you wear?
No, this is actually my homegirl's wig. This is a half wig.
Oh, for real?
Yes, girl.
I've been wanting, my mom was actually just talking about, getting one of those, but she wasn't, actually she ordered it, but they just sent her the wrong thing.
Yeah, honestly, transparent with y'all, this just don't have a frontal. This came as a frontal lace wig.
For real?
But I'm in the process of replacing it. I bought it, didn't want to put it on yet, so I made it a half wig, girl.
I know that's right.
Okay, but we gotta save your coin sometimes. It's okay to save your coin.
No, and it be like that, though. I love that for you. Okay.
Thank you.
Even though you are a first-time business owner, I know you also said that, it's doing this big one, which we love, giving you all your flowers now.
Thank you.
Is you doing hair the only thing that you do?
Yes, that's the only thing I do full-time. It was a pretty straightforward transition. I was in the home healthcare business. I was a PCA for a couple months, and just, honestly, I'm so big on doing what I love to do. That's why I feel like I haven't had a successful job until now, because it's something that I'm doing for myself and I love to do.
And I think those are like the best things to do, honestly.
They last longer, honestly. It's more long lasting.
And then doing something that you like to do, I feel like you understand your purpose a lot more,
Definitely.
Being
so
here.
You don't mind getting up, even if you're tired. It's like, I'm tired, but I love what I do. I love to make women feel good and just the vibes at the shop. So as tired as I am, I'm going to get my behind up. Okay?
I mean, that's right, especially on making women feel good.
Okay.
Period. What's the biggest learning lesson that you've been learning about yourself lately?
Giving myself more grace. You get what I'm saying? I feel like our generation, or just our age group, we want to have everything so together.
Yeah.
And again, it's unrealistic to have everything together. It's room for mistakes, because we're always our biggest critics.
Yeah.
And I'm beyond the biggest critic with myself. So I just learned to give myself grace and give myself my flowers every time and immediately. And just, try not to be so discouraged.
Has there been a moment in this season that has really taught you patience, with that being said?
Moments as in just going through breakups and losing friends and just wanting to figure out why these things are happening, and teaching me the most thing is to just be patient. And I'm always so in a rush trying to figure out things that sometimes no answer is the answer. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I want to say that's really the biggest thing, patience, honestly, and just letting the answers come to me and not questioning the things that happen or everything in my life, not question everything.
Okay. How has this season of life showed up or like helped your creativity with your business even more? Because I know for me, different seasons of my life definitely teach me something. Like even when you was talking about like patience, I be rushing to figure out things as well, or trying to like know what the answer is. I'm a person that's gonna break things down. Definitely. And now I break it down, and then I'll be looking, okay, so like now what do I do? Like, okay, now that I know this information, I don't want to sit in nothing longer than I have to. I don't want to like.
You're so ready to move and be impulsive.
Exactly. So how has that been for you, especially, with you shaping your creativity in a way?
I want to say this season, I actually did the opposite. Okay. Of like what we just said. Like I just tried to fall back from trying to like having the answers. You get what I'm saying? Like I just kind of fell back this season. I let go of the wheel and genuinely gave it to God. I feel like this is the closest my relationship has been with God, and I think that's why I've been extra grateful, because when you really do just sit back and just let the carpet roll out in front of you, like divine timing is like everything. Like I'm just going with the flow, literally like the water sign that I am. Scorpio season on the way. And look, we getting it done.
I know that's right. I love that for you, actually, especially when it does come down to like a business in general. Like
you have to have so much faith.
Girl, it's a lot faith, of faith. We can talk about it. Faith, patience, all of that goes hand in hand. Like you said, like you can't get no realer than that, honestly.
At all.
You need it for both of them. Especially like when I think it comes down to like nowadays with type of people that
that you have to deal with.
Yeah. So how's that been? How's that been for you? So that means you gotta have patience in everyday life.
But honestly, I kind of was a little bit prepared, I'm not going to lie, because before I actually decided to take on my own business and before the healthcare, I was an assistant for my homegirl, and she does hair as well. So I kind of got to learn a little bit of the ins and outs, even like professionalism. So that's why I feel like coming into the game, not saying that like I know everything, but I know enough to kind of jumpstart.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Especially dealing with people, because the kind of person I am, I'm an open book and I wear my emotions on my sleeve. So dealing with people day to day, like I keep using that word, patience has taught me that, because you're going to run into all different kinds of people, the good, the bad, the negative, the positive, the anxiety, the emotional. It's just a lot.
How do you go about dealing with that? Especially, like, when it comes down to, like, just taking on other people's emotions, like, while you're still doing your job.
Yeah. I have to put my personal feelings aside most of the time while I'm in the shop, because at the end of the day, it is just business. And sometimes it's a struggle because I'm an empath. Yeah. So it's like, if someone does come in and my mood is thrown off, I have to kind of give myself that pep talk. Like, look, this has nothing to do with you. I didn't even start your hair yet, so this energy isn't mine. But that's really what it is. And off days. Taking those off days for myself really helped me be able to rejuvenate for, like, when I have a busy schedule, like the next week. People really need a break. Like, and I feel like that's my biggest thing. If I had to work 7 days out of the week and seeing faces 7 days out of the week, I don't know if I would be as sane. I don't know.
No, I get that completely. There's like different people's energies. Like people don't play when it come down to their hair either.
At all.
Like, can we talk about that? Like people do not.
It's real strict.
That's a strict business to be in. Like you're not playing no game.
Real tedious.
I'm not gonna lie. Like people, especially when it comes down to the service industry, I feel like my heart goes out to you guys. Honestly.
Definitely.
Because the girls get very mean. They get very rude when
it's a little uptight. And I get it because when we want things how we want them done, we want them done. But it's like, just like we give y'all grace, you have to give the stylists a break because we don't know where you guys are coming from. We don't know y'all from a can of paint unless you're like a regular. So it's like, give us that grace and give us a chance to, show you what we can do before you just be like, oh, I don't know, I'm already iffy. Because you have clients that do that all the time. Yeah. Or like look in the mirror.
I know,
like,
I got homegirls that do that.
Let me make sure she's doing my hair right. And it's like, girl, now I'm about to turn your chair around from out the mirror because you giving me anxiety.
Yeah. I think like we have to also remember that like the stylists are like people as well.
We're not robots, babe.
Yeah, y'all aren't robots, and like I agree with me. I be the type of person to have anxiety. I just sit there and wait until yours completely done. I ain't gotta see nothing unless you show me and ask me like, hey, do you like this?
Right.
But I think people do forget, especially because nowadays like women are hitting the ground running, and I think a lot of times like people just forget that y'all have feelings too. Y'all have things to do too.
I'm glad you get it.
And I think it comes down to having your own business. I think that's the main thing. Yeah, people do not understand unless it's like really something that you're doing, especially when it's like when that's your whole business. You don't have no other job. This is
literally my life.
Yeah, that's it. And this is something that you created off your back from the ground up. People will not understand that
until they're in the position. Literally,
from the support, from the type of like people that you deal with, you're a lot more considerate with people.
Wearing a number of hats, we have to be not only just a hairstylist, but you're therapists sometimes. You get what I'm saying? We're videographers, photographers, like we're customer service representatives. We're dealing with questions every day. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot. So I just ask that y'all give us grace so we can do our job peacefully and get y'all,
y'all the financial
get
advisors.
Right.
You the person,
okay?
Like we marketing,
a number of hats,
like
heavy on marketing, and that's a whole nother job.
Exactly, especially like nowadays when we are getting a lot of our like clients and people that we want to meet from social media.
Right, it's a task.
It's a whole task. Y'all wearing a number of hats, so give them some grace, y'all. Now there's certain like hairstyle that's like a favorite of yours at the moment.
Sew-ins,
and
it's so crazy because that's like the longest service ever. It's like 3.5, 4 hours, especially depending on how much hair they come in with. But honestly,
I be trying to put in like 4 bundles. Okay. Yeah, you put all of this in my head.
I wish they started getting more bundles because I love a good full look with the curls. But I want to say sew-ins because I think I fell in love with the process of watching it become from like a braid down and just how flat I get it. I'm just obsessed with that part.
I know that's right. Yeah, and I think that foundation like means
it's
everything.
Key. It's
especially
key.
Over time. Like once it starts getting old, baby, as long as that braid down good.
Hello. Longevity.
Exactly. You keep that in for like 3-4 months.
Okay, that's the goal. You paying for a big service, you want to be able to wear it out as long as you can. Like, so yeah.
I know that's right, especially with you just being into the game. I love that for you. Now, I do have a little game that I want to play with you.
Okay.
It's called Candlelight Confessions.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I know, we're going to confess a little bit. Now, it's basically just about you telling about your journey. We're going to play a little quick game. We're gonna make it a little fun for you now.
Okay.
I'm just gonna ask you a little question, and you can confess to however you feel. Okay. Would you rather lose all your creative style and techniques, but still stay like fully booked, or keep your creative freedom but lose all your favorite clientele? So they booking 2-3 bundles, and now you ain't getting none of the colors, you ain't getting none of the favorite styles that you get, that you can post. It's all black bundles.
I mean, that's a tough one because I love being creative. I love when the girls come in with color. I want to stay true to myself and keep the creativity.
Okay.
I have to because I feel like that's what makes me me. Yeah. And that's what makes my business is being creative. Like, I can't do the black and white. I can't just do the basic. I can't just remain.
I was trying to name out like a really basic style for you.
But yeah, and it's like a lot of them, it's like the style itself is basic, like a quick weaving and sewing. But I think what makes it pop is like the color, the curls, how they style it and how they go about it, I think is what gives it that extra oomph.
Do you be influence them to get different things?
I try. I do. I try. But I try not to put too much pressure because, the girls want what they want and I get it. So, but if I have a little time to sprinkle, or if I feel like I can do that, I will try my best. Because I love to try to get women out of their comfort zones. Because a lot of people haven't tried as much as they want to try because they are in their heads about it. But I feel like getting it from a stylist perspective and just, hyping the girls up, that's what I just love to do.
Yeah. And I think, from being, because I'm used to, always being the customer. I can't do hair with the damn. I did this, though.
And you ate.
I did this.
It's melted.
Thank you, period. So, I do feel like from being the person in the chair, it's always came down to, having, really good stylists that has influenced me to, girl, you should get this. Or, you sure you want this? You should get, the curls and
right.
stuff. And I'm like, go ahead. You can do whatever you want. If I trust you, baby.
It's a lot of them that do that.
Do whatever you want. Yeah.
And that makes me feel so good because that just means you just trust my expertise. Like, I love hearing that. Like, I'll be like, oh, I'll be going curls, straight, crimps, you do an add-on. Oh, I don't know, like, but you know what? Do whatever you feel. I'm like, okay, I'm going to make sure I do my big one when they say stuff like that every time because it just, y'all trust me like that.
Yeah, literally, and do. I think the trust also just comes down to the stylist. Like, y'all definitely, the vibe, y'all bring that type of energy. And if I trust you and like your work look good, baby, do whatever you want to my hair.
And
as long as I look good. Exactly. So, and then I like to give you guys like a little bit, a little bit to play with. Because I know you'd be probably, like I said, bored. You'd be bored trying to do the same thing all day, every day. If you want to try something new, go ahead.
Okay.
So we talked a little bit about the lessons that you have learned when it comes down to you running a business and, motherhood and this new journey for you going hand in hand. And now I really do want to hear about, life's challenges for you. So what has really stuck with you in this season of your life?
I want to say breakups, friendships, and relationships.
Okay.
Because things like that be so unexpected. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I try to live my life not expecting, but I feel like in this season that really stuck with me the most, just losing out on friendships and just all relationships because I cherish them all. Friendships are like relationships to me. Yeah. It's more important than a boyfriend to me. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the one that stuck with me the most. Things change, people change, and feelings change too. I don't mean to quote Drake, but it's a fact.
Yeah, I knew I heard that from somewhere.
It's a fact. I live my life with that, though. Things change, feelings change, people change too. Never thought the circumstances would have changed too. Really, though.
No, for real. Okay, no, literally. So, with that song being said, though, I was about to ask you, like, do you feel like there has been a change with... Because I know sometimes starting a new business, you lose friends, you lose people, you lose supporters. People start getting a little weird sometimes.
Definitely.
But also when it comes down to a baby, I think sometimes people also sometimes get like that. Has that been something you've experienced for people?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It changes your perspective. And honestly, it made me...
And with the business as well, too.
I feel like I've always been serious. I've always been told that, like, oh, you don't know how to take a joke or you blah, blah, blah. But I feel like now that I have a kid, I take life a little bit more serious. Because I feel like I have a kid and this early on and just coming from the background that I come from, it just made me take things, like I said, more serious. I look at things a little bit deeper. Even when I don't want to, it's like I have to. You get what I'm saying? I have a daughter. I have a girl I have to raise who's going to become a woman one day. So I can't just take everything with a grain of salt anymore. Okay. Honestly, that's really the biggest thing for me. So, as much as we like, oh, it's not that serious, for me, everything is that deep now.
Exactly.
So
has there been a situation that has like compelled that out of you that makes sense? Or like you like
I said, I'm a really emotional being. I'm a woman at the end of the day. So like I said, I think the biggest thing for me was when I fell out with a old friend of mine who we stayed together. And I feel like that was my biggest decision I had to make. And not even just for me, but for my kid and just having them in a certain environment and just having them in a kind of energy, not just for that person, but because what that environment did to me. You get what I'm saying? It changed my energy a little bit. And I recently had a friend tell me that, like when you're going through stuff, like it's not that hard to tell because you act like it. And that's my biggest thing. I don't want to have to act like that in front of my kid because I'm going through something. So the biggest thing I had to do this past summer was pull myself out of an energy that just wasn't there anymore. That wasn't for me anymore. Yeah. And solely because my kid doesn't need to see that or doesn't need to see me act like that, Yeah. Like, I don't want her to see me like a gremlin all the time, Yeah. Like, she doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, I get that completely. She deserves the best version of you.
Every time.
You're real for, like, standing on that, too, because I feel like it's so hard to make that decision.
It is.
Just as a person, as, like, a girl ourselves, I know, like, we try to make sure that we stand on business about everything and how we want to be treated and our boundaries, but it's also one thing to make sure that you're doing that for, somebody else.
For
also.
A reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. For a reason. Yeah.
Definitely.
Sure. What's one of the biggest lessons that you faced lately that goes hand in hand with you being a mom and then also with you, like, running a hair business as well?
The biggest lesson I've had to learn was just to put my big girl panties on. Honestly, it's time to step up to the plate. No matter what's thrown at you, you have to be prepared. I feel like in this day and time and the way society is set up, you have to be prepared to put your big girl panties on. Yeah. I think that's just the ultimate lesson. Like, you have to be prepared for anything that comes at you. And that's why I said I live my life, I try to live it unapologetic and with no expectations. So that way when things do come my way,
You're grateful.
I'm ready to take it on, grateful for every mistake, every good thing, every bad thing. So that's the biggest one, just learning how to put my big girl panties on. It's okay to cry sometimes, but you also got to cry and get up. You get what I'm saying?
You gotta cry and make a change.
Cry for 2 seconds and then all right. You get what I'm saying? Because you definitely want to feel your emotions. You want to not ignore yourself, but you also have to be prepared to not dwell and just, like, come on.
Exactly. I know that's right. And I wholeheartedly agree, especially because they both do go, hand in hand. How have you been balancing, like, responsibilities on that end then? Especially, with the dreams that you are chasing.
Yeah.
Because you're doing it for a reason.
I'm definitely doing it for a reason. And honestly, I've gotten a lot better at just being responsible, honestly. Just being that I'm a mom now and that I'm a business owner. It's like I kind of have no choice because you have nobody to fall back on but yourself.
For both of them.
For both of us, like, she has to fall back on me and then I don't have nobody else to fall back on. So that's really the biggest thing is just getting it done. Like, no excuses.
Do you think it's hard being responsible for somebody and then,
just a little bit. Okay. You got to give us grace, and especially just being young and an entrepreneur, like, and just depending on what field you're in and how fast you're moving, like, it'd be so much money coming in. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. Like, in the beginning, it was like okay, wait. It was like, okay, what do I do? And sometimes we have moments where you're irresponsible. But like I said, when you make those mistakes, you're supposed to be able to learn from them. So I made my first big mistake at being too happy, spending money on friends, on this and that. And honestly, not that I lost it all, but like when you actually sit back and realize how much you have lost, it make you not want to make the same mistake over again. At least I can speak for me. Like when I make the first mistake, I'm so hard on myself. Like I said, I don't ever want to make the same mistake again. Because fool me once, shame on you. But fool me twice, I can't really put the blame on you. You get what I'm saying? It's all about accountability and discipline.
Yeah, heavy on that. That's so real. That's such a real conversation to have, especially because like nowadays it is so easy to just like
get away from things, and I feel like a lot of the times that the people who you surround yourself by also play that role in your life. Like, it can kind of make you get away from your responsibilities. And like I said, it's always about taking accountability and not to put the blame on other people, but you have to understand the position that you put yourself into and the space that you allowed yourself to come into. You get what I'm saying?
I think you explained that perfectly. I think the way you speak about your business and just everything is so real, especially because there's a lot of people that I feel like nowadays everybody has a dream of being like, not entrepreneur, but
yeah, everyone wants to do for themselves.
Yeah, because we all have things that we like, and if I can profit off of it and do it,
then why not?
Yeah, why not? And I feel like there's always like room to do that somewhere. So for you, I just wonder, like, how far do you really plan on taking, hair? Like, what's like? Give us a little bit of a dream of yours when it does come down to.
I mean, the biggest dream of mine is just freedom in every aspect, like financially, like just everything. I do love doing hair, don't get me wrong. I started doing my own hair at 15. Like, me and my sister did each other hair. And I just feel like I love doing hair, but I don't want to be on my feet for so many years. Like, it's a lot of old school stylists who are still out here like 10 plus years in the game, and I love that for them. But with hair, I want to be able to somewhere down the line incorporate it with fashion, because that's my first love.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I haven't hit that point yet but that's coming soon, though.
Not to cut you off, but that photo shoot you did was so bomb.
Thank you.
From Destiny's Child. And I think
the inspo was fire.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And a lot of hairstyles are not incorporating that, especially like with the
spray.
Yeah.
I have to give a shout out to my best friend and the photographer, Reese Visuals, because honestly, they did their big one helping me with that idea. Like, I knew I wanted to use the can, but I'm always open to listening to other people's input. Like, I love that. Eventually, I want to get to a point where, okay, I'm behind the chair doing hair consistently, but I want to do hair and then be like, oh, hey, girl, I got an outfit I want to put with your hair. You mind if I do? I want to get to that point. Kind of like a mini arrogant Tay a little bit.
Yes, I was just going to say
I'm not
that,
gonna lie.
And I could see that for you.
And I want to style the girls. I feel like fashion is a form of expression overly, and so is hair. Look. So I want to be able to give the whole 360. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, and I feel like that'll be such a good way to, like, also like put some content into it.
Okay.
Like the girls need them. There is not a girl doing that. Like
we need more of us out there, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. And I love how it is more of us starting to come, starting
They're
to
definitely coming.
Yes, like, period. I would have never known.
Everyone's having a wake-up call.
And you got to nowadays. I feel like that's the best thing, that we could really do for ourselves. There's so many things that's, like, taking over. And we got AI. We have all of these things that's changing.
Girl, don't even get me started about AI.
AI can't do hair.
AI can't do... They don't got the answer, Sway.
Yeah, they can't.
They do, but they don't.
Exactly. And it's something... They're not going to be able to get that therapist and get all of that whole
It's not
field.
authentic.
They can't sew no bundles in, boo. They can't sew no bundles in.
Okay.
So, yeah. You were going to eat down with that. I love that for you. So, I mean, would you say, like, it's going to be like a mentoring class? Would you like to teach people? Or you say just incorporate... Just
incorporate fashion eventually, and... like, even with the selling of hair, I want that to go super global. So, like, I'm not going to ever fully just step away from hair, but just as far as getting off of my feet and being able to just be like, okay, I done been in the game for such and such amount of years. Let me go ahead and elevate in a different area and just sit back. You get what I'm saying? Because right now is the hardest I'm going to be working for the next couple years. Like, I'm grinding. Literally. I'm grinding. I'm trying to be able to get to a point where I could be like, okay, girl, you can chill a little bit. But right now, no chill.
I know that's right. Looking back at this journey of you being a mom and also running a business, what has been the most surprising realization about yourself when it comes down to all of this?
Oh, I love that question because honestly, I have the perfect answer. I think the biggest surprise for me was that I can literally do it all. And I think going back to when I said I'm like my biggest critic, I feel like I doubt myself way more than I should. And like, if other people are able to see the potential that I have, why am I not able to see that for myself? Yeah. So I feel like the biggest surprise was realizing how independent I could really be. Like, because, you know what I'm saying? Being a mom and business owner and then now just moving into an apartment on my own, I seen that for myself, but I didn't really 100% believe that I could really be taking on this much. And then being successful and thriving in it. Like, I think that's the biggest thing for me. Like, I've been in awe for about a month or two now, just because, like I said, I just moved. So I think that was the biggest surprise, that thank you. Just realizing that you really don't need anybody but you. Of course you need people, but you have to believe in yourself the most. Like, people can see the potential, but you have to be able to see that yourself. And that was the biggest thing for me. That was the biggest shocker. Really me taking that leap of faith and putting that much
I love that.
Thank you.
And I think a lot of people need to hear that, especially when it comes down to being a new mom. I know, like, me and you also like personally talked about like how you have to make that change, when you are becoming a mom. I just want you to like really explain to them how has that change been for you, because I know like a lot of people try to get back to their old selves. Yeah. And sometimes, it's not about getting back to your old self. It's just about...
It's like you want to get back to you, but I think the biggest realization is that you're not going to get your old self back because your old self wasn't a mom. My old self wasn't a business owner. I was an assistant. I was working. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And you have to accept the new, out with the old and with the new, and put behind the fear and the anxiety. Obviously, it's a natural thing to be scared when you're about to step into something new. But like I said, I think the biggest thing is I just learned about myself that I'm never going to get that me back. But I really feel like I reinvented myself in a way. Okay, like a 2.0. It's really like a rebrand. It's like, it's like I said, that's the past. Out with the old and with the new. Rebrand yourself and pour into yourself. I think the biggest thing about being a young mom is a lot of us lose sight of ourselves, and we kind of lose ourselves in being a mom, which of course you're a mother first. Yeah. That's my motto. I'm a mother first, businesswoman immediately after, or baddie immediately after. But we can't forget about ourselves, ladies, at all. Because if we're going to be able to take on this job, we have to be, you get what I'm saying, ready for it. Like, our kid has to be able to see us be ready. Okay. That's the most important thing.
So how's that journey been looking like for you? I mean, especially when it comes down to still doing things that, you used to do, or like you still like to do, but still being able to make sure that you're dealing with a business and a baby at the same time.
Honestly, it's been a little good, and I got to give a shout out to my support, because without them, I feel like it would be a little bit harder. Everyone's situation is different. Yeah. Everyone doesn't have the support that I have, so I am super grateful for that, and just having those kind of people around me, not just to even look out for the baby, but even just reminding me of who I am and still, you know, having me out or just still having me feel like me. But like I said, just a different version. So I feel like if you ask me what this journey has looked like, I just want to say it's been a blessing. Support is super, super needed. And I'm all for the single mom movement because I am a single mom, but I do have the help. Okay. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's just the biggest thing. I got to thank my support system. With the whole, like, babysitting thing, I don't know what I would have did, child. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thank God for having my mom out here and just having, even though me and her dad aren't together, just having her dad, you know, still looking out and supporting and just reminding me that, you know, you still do have a life, too. You get what I'm saying? We got to be fair.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's really just been the biggest thing. It's been the biggest blessing.
Was there any part of, like, motherhood that was kind of hard for you, especially with you, like, you know, maneuvering, just all the changes that you do go through?
The hardest part was not being able to have my baby at work as much.
Okay.
I want to say that's just been the biggest challenge, honestly, because in the beginning, like, when they're super small, it's easier to have them around because they're not really doing much but sleeping, eating. I feel like that's been the biggest challenge for me. I get easily soaked into mom guilt because I'm always working. But I think the biggest thing that helps me keep going is that I'm not working for nothing. You get what I'm saying? Everything I do is for my child. It's for the longevity and to have a set. You get what I'm saying? But I think that's just the biggest challenge that I face. It's mom guilt. I try not to feel guilty. And even like my clients, I have 30-year-old clients who be like, girl, like, that's normal. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know that as long as you're not out here not doing anything, you get what I'm saying? But I would love to have my baby with me all the time. Like, if I could hire a nanny, I'll be like the Kardashians out here. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know that's right. I know postpartum, you also talked about a little bit how postpartum shows up differently for everybody. And how has that been, you know, that journey been for you?
I'm kind of glad that I was able to experience that, that level of sensitivity and depth of emotion. Postpartum, like you said, it definitely looks different. I wasn't even aware that I was going through it, honestly.
So that's what you told me
until my friends caught me out on it. And that's why I said, like, you need people like that.
Yeah.
Because the wrong person would have took it so offensive. But it was like, honestly, like, girl, no, sit down. You've been wilding. You get what I'm saying? It was a lot.
Was it showing up for you? Because I know everybody gets it differently. How was it kind of showing up more so for you?
Just the one I had, honestly, like, just doing my research, because, like I said, it comes in different forms. You got depression, and then you have rage. And I know it's a couple other things, but I feel like I had rage. Like, everything was irritating me. Like, everything. It was, I don't know, if you don't mind me telling this story, I would never forget. This is when I kind of knew it was, like, one sign, but I'm just like, maybe I'm just being, like, a little naggy. Like, but he was my child's father at the time when we were together. I think she was about, like, 2 months, maybe 3 months. And I was heavy in the gym. I wanted to get back to myself. That was another thing. Like, I wanted to get back to that weight I had. I wanted to just tone it. I loved it, but I wanted to be able to love myself a little bit more. And he was making a protein shake. And I'm like, he was asking me 1,001 questions on how to make a protein shake. And it was like, the normal person would have never... a normal person would have never been like, you know, so I was like, oh my... You don't know how to make a protein shake? Like, it was so like, girl, it's not that deep. It's a freaking protein shake. But that's
you had it to the right. Had it how you wanted to.
But it was never that deep. You know, it's how I went about it. It was like, I was so naggy.
That point.
And I honestly, for the women out there, please give those men grace. And I say that with everything in me because we were young parents. Like, we had her at 21. And I'm about to be 24 next month. Okay. You get what I'm saying? The mentality was totally different, and just as clueless as I was to even having postpartum, even though I did my research and I know that women have that, but he also, men, not saying that y'all don't need to educate yourself, but I feel like women definitely do have to give them in grace because we do be tripping. You get what I'm saying? We do. I have to be real. We do be bugging. Like, we do.
Yeah. Are you from here?
I'm from Jersey, girl. Okay,
that make a little bit of sense.
Well, I'm from Jersey.
I knew it was somewhere up there. Jersey,
so
New York. Yeah, I was close to it. Period. Okay. I love that you talked about that, though, because you're right. It does show up differently for everybody.
It do.
It's one thing to, like, I don't have no baby or anything, but, you know, like, I think I want to know how to maneuver with my friends better that do have children and just, like, you know, myself and, you know, in the future, because it means a lot. And
it definitely does.
You want to have a business, like I know we was talking and you was like your business is your baby, but like
definitely
I expect to have kids in the future one day, and I want to be able to treat them, correctly,
proper
and know
care,
exactly,
definitely.
and know what to expect, because I would have never thought that like I would have experienced like that guilt from being so deep into your business and your own dreams, but also making sure that you're like spending time with your baby and
definitely
being there for those
and it's
years.
like with being a mom, like as much as we try to prepare ourselves, because you have 9 to 10 months of pregnancy to tell yourself like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, this is how it's gonna go, and it's like it's kind of similar, honestly. Being pregnant for 10 months is kind of similar to trying to fake plan your whole life out. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Everything doesn't go as expected. So just like like I said, we have to give ourselves more grace. You're not going to be the perfect mom. A lot of us are still learning, and our moms, honestly, are still learning as well.
They're just girls.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're just girls. We're just women with feelings and emotions, and it's a lot taking on
dreams too.
Dreams and having to love the next person unconditionally at that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's so real. Now, I do want to play one more game with you before we close out as well.
Okay.
And this is a little bit more deeper on a little,
Hold on. Let me get a little sip.
Okay. Hold on. Let me
Let's cheers this. Let's cheers this.
Now we're going to play Curse Breakers.
Okay.
You just want to break
I like that. I like
yeah. So we're calling out all them curses that y'all can play from home as well. We're calling out different generational curses that we want to break for the next, versions of our life,
I love
chapters
this segment.
of our life. Yes, me too, girl. What's a generational curse that you've been actively trying to break in this season of yours?
Oh, like that's what I'm saying. You ask some good questions. I'm not gonna lie.
We gotta make the girls.
You have to critical thinking, because AI is taking over. Like, oh my gosh. But the biggest generational curse because I love this question. Nobody really asked this. It's just like, and this is no shade, mom, at all. But I'm trying not to trauma dump on my child. Okay. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure that I'm actively healing, because I don't want to give her energy or trauma and stuff like that she, one, doesn't deserve, didn't go through, didn't experience. And I feel like that's my biggest thing. But because it happened to me, you get what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to have a whole redo with my kid, being that I had to grow up fast and early and just experiencing things that, my mom didn't take care of, which is no shade to her, because honestly, she probably didn't just have the help. Yeah. But she kind of, in a way, was my help, because it taught me what not to do. Yeah. It taught me the complete opposite. So that's the biggest generational curse that I'm trying to break, is just being able to love her gently. Very, very gently. Like, I get the whole tough love thing, but as an innocent child, as innocent as they are, why do they need all of that? Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're still learning too about life in general. So I think that's my biggest thing, is just making sure I'm not giving her a traumatic experience, and I'm not making her relive a life that I had to live, because she doesn't deserve that, and I didn't deserve that either. So she doesn't either.
You're going to make sure that you do it, only because, like, I think the fact that you can even call that out just shows,
I think, like, that's super important.
Self-aware, So you're definitely doing, the dang thing. So all your flowers to you. And I think, like, for me, I think it would kind of be flipped, because, like, I don't have no child or anything, but my mom was a person that made sure that she didn't tell me things, that she made sure to keep me in a child's place. Like, I didn't watch Friday until it came on Netflix. Dead ass.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like, I won't. I just stayed in a child's place.
Being that, like, where we're from and her upbringing is kind of like, that's why I said it's no shade to her.
But my mom, she went through, like, she was the same exact way.
And that's good.
I think I'd be worried about myself, because I'm an oversharer. And I feel like I would get with a child. I'm not saying I would get with a child, even though you don't understand it.
I'm such an open book.
Yeah, like my cousins, I'd be like, I make sure to, let them, I'm going to be the cousin that's going to give you the real. Like, I'm not going to lie to you.
And that's how my mom was. Like, she was always super cutthroat. And as hard as it was growing up, it wasn't that it was super bad, but just moments like that, like when you want your mom to be a little more gentle, like even crying, like, for instance, like, what are you crying for? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's okay to cry. Yeah. And
so you gotta get that out.
We gotta really get that out. But like I said, I give her the grace, because she didn't have the best upbringing either. And she really did do her best. And that's what I just remind myself of, like, I'm doing my best. And again, I have to give her all of her flowers because she did the damn thing. I mean, right. Look what it made me today, honestly.
The perfect person.
Hello.
Okay. So, to close things out, I do want to reflect a little bit on what you would tell anybody that's juggling, running a business or their dreams, also with their responsibilities as well, especially in 2025.
Definitely, especially in 2025. I would definitely tell you guys, like I've been saying, I feel like I've been using this word a lot, grace.
Nope. That's
Give yourself grace, and also the biggest thing is be grateful for the now. You get what I'm saying? It's no rush. A lot of the times we're either stuck in the past or too busy trying to figure out what our future is instead of being grateful for everything that we have now and just being patient because everything comes at the time that it's supposed to happen. Yeah. Nothing is coincidental. Everything happens for a reason. So try not to get easily discouraged out there, especially for like entrepreneurs who are in the field that I'm in, as far as whether that's hair, makeup, lashes, anything like that. It's easily to get discouraged when we have slow months and things like that. But I think the biggest lesson I've learned, being that I had a slow month, I want to say in September, because everybody got their hair done back to school for August. Okay. So September wasn't super busy. I never even thought about it like that. Exactly. Before. It wasn't super busy, but honestly, it gave me a chance to rest. Because a lot of the times we'd be so busy trying to get this money that if our body break down like a car, how is it going to move? Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So
especially if that's your full-time business, boo.
Full-time job and you're doing this every day, you definitely need to give yourself some rest. So I definitely want to tell you guys, give yourselves grace, be patient, and just trust in God.
Okay.
Trust in God because He's here. He's always here. He's always making sure everything's happening according to plan.
I know that's right. So looking at this journey so far for you, what's been the most important thing that you've learned about staying true to yourself, throughout, all of this?
But it's easy to get discouraged just as it's easy to get away from yourself, being around all these influencers, and just social media has a huge impact on a lot of kids our age, or not even kids, excuse me, people our age and just kids, just everybody.
So those are the next people that's coming up. Man.
Literally, I just want to say you don't know everybody's life behind the camera, so just make sure that most importantly you're just staying true to yourself. You don't know everybody's story, and everybody is going through their own thing. Don't be easily persuaded. You get what I'm saying? And it's no rush. The longer the process, I feel like the more stable.
You will become.
Yeah, the more stable, for sure.
And I know that part, and that's like the hardest thing to sit with. It's like
that's why I said it's easier said than done.
Yeah,
it's easier said than done. You want life
to change in like a blink of an instant.
Exactly, and it's like you want life to change in a blink of an eye, which things do happen overnight, but not literally overnight. Yeah. But like I said, you have to, as much as we manifest, pray, and trust in God, you also have to put in the work.
Yeah,
you have to put in the man work. That's the first hand. Man-made work. You have to put it in at all times.
Period. Well, Coley, thank you for coming up here today.
It's been a pleasure.
It has been a pleasure to have you as well. And I feel like, this is a message that the girls need, that everybody needs, especially if you plan on starting your own business or just balancing your dreams with the responsibilities in general. So I really appreciate your outlook on things. And
I hope I gave you guys a little bit of encouragement,
definitely,
words, hope, faith, because that's what being a girl's girl is about. It's not about sharing a post, liking a picture. Speaking life into people has always been my thing.
Okay.
So that's what it's about.
Thank you so much for
coming. Of course.
So you guys definitely follow Coleyana's Touch. Get y'all hair done. Book my girl. I definitely hope to see you up here again.
Of course.
Thank you. And you guys can also look to find all of her information in the description down below and also on the screen here above. Also, follow Lily her podcast on Instagram. Thank you. And y'all enjoy the rest of your day and have a blessed one on purpose. Thank you.